What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome to my Elimination Chamber 2017 predictions video. That is in 48 hours from when this video goes up will be the Chamber. There are 8 matches on the card here. One of those is pre-show, and I will run down those matches and give you my predictions right here, right now. As always, let me know what you think down in the comments, who you think's gonna win at the Chamber. So the kickoff show has Mojo Rawley against everyone's favorite Kurt Hawkins, and this has kind of been built on kind of their backstage video stuff, and it hasn't really been that significant. So calling a winner here seems to be pretty obvious, considering they've had Kurt Hawkins losing at house shows in like 5 seconds to people like James Ellsworth. So I would say, obviously, if they're trying to build Mojo Rawley as a singles guy because Zack Ryder's been out with an injury, or, you know, is in this ongoing thing where he's going to be out for a little bit here, then giving Mojo a pre-show win here is going to be helpful if his character is going to be more serious, or, you know, whatever it is they're doing with Mojo. So I would be shocked if they gave any kind of victory to Kurt freaking Hawkins. Anyway, moving on. The main show, we have Apollo Crews and Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler in a 2-on-1 handicap match. I don't understand why this match has to work this way. Like, I know you're doing this heel turn thing for Ziggler. It's went really well that 1 week where he tried to literally kill Jerry Lawler by giving him another heart attack. But since then, they haven't really given him any real TV time to really further this feud in any kind of a character. Whoa there, catching finisher. In any kind of a character development way. So I'm really not sure who I should care about. So I'm just going to say Dolph Ziggler. Like, even though that is unlikely with a 2-on-1 scenario, I think that if they're serious about doing anything with Dolph Ziggler, even though he might just end up in the Andre Battle Royal at Mania, or he might end up in the IC 6-man schmaz at Mania, or whatever it is they do, I don't see Dolph getting a 1-on-1 match at Mania. But like a lot of things, you got to view the February pay-per-view stuff, right? All the results for February pay-per-views, and, you know, if they have any in March, which they won't, but if they did, anything between the Rumble and Mania needs to be viewed through the lens of, okay, where is this person going to be at Mania? Where is their story going to end up at Mania, if they're on the card at all for the grandest stage of them all? So, I'm going to say Ziggler, only because it seems unlikely, and because it seems like they actually want to get him over as a heel in some capacity, and having him go nuts in this match might be effective. I don't know. Here's hoping, because I'm not really sure, you know, what kind of upward momentum Apollo Crews or Kalisto even have at this stage of the game. They should have put Kalisto with the cruiserweights, but that's a whole different discussion. Anyway, there are 3, count them, 3 individual women's feud matches on this show, which seems to me like it's unprecedented, and definitely means that the SmackDown women's division has more depth than the Raw one does, which has, you know, a total of 4 women, because, like, Paige is out, Summer Rae's injured, Tamina's injured, there was another one in there somewhere that I'm forgetting, but never mind that shit. So, the first of which being Becky Lynch versus the returning Mickie James. This is the first singles match for Mickie James since she came back and is part of the SmackDown roster. And much like when they had Bayley do her debut as a women's, you know, being on the main roster, what I said back then was that you should have had her win that match. And I'm pretty sure she didn't, but feel free to issue a correction if I'm wrong. But this is the singles match for Mickie. And if you're going to establish her as any kind of a dominant heel here, even if she has to win by nefarious means, she should win this match. If you're going to continue this feud or not, who knows, but we shall see. But I'm going to say Mickie James. So, that being said, like, I don't think a loss here would affect Becky at all. She's kind of the modern-day Sting in that respect, by getting backstabbed by her friends, and somebody send in Probocop. Anyway, we have a match that kind of got booked this week. Someone just got knocked out, didn't they? What happened? Did I miss an elimination? Is somebody out? Is AJ out? Are you fucking serious? The face that runs the place is... Wow, he just vanished. I guess AJ Styles is done. Holy shit, that was surprising. This match kind of got booked this week because they really don't have any idea of what they've been doing with the tag team division. And so your tag team turmoil match is American Alpha, Slater and Rhino, Vaudevillains, Breezango, Usos, and The Ascension. Pretty much the entire tag team division on SmackDown because of reasons. And there goes Bray Wyatt, who is my pick to win this match. But we'll get to that in a second here. So, tag team turmoil for the tag team titles. I don't know. Like, I think the easy money here is to say that, wow, that's a good DDT, that American Alpha retains the belts, because I don't know what else you do with the tag. Like, you've got a pretty good tag division in terms of competitors who could be, you know, in line for those titles, but there haven't really been any compelling tag team feuds ever since they got the belts off of Slater and Rhino. So it's just kind of been, yeah, American Alpha is awesome. Just, I guess, leave the belt on them. But, dear God, give them a storyline going into WrestleMania. That would be nice. So I'm going to say American Alpha retains those belts. But, honestly, that match is hard to call because you don't know who's going to be in first. You don't know what the order of the competitors are. It's fucking schmoz. So, anyway, our second of third women's matches, we have Nikki Bella versus Natalya. This one's got the most time on TV recently, ever since Natalya was the one who attacked Nikki at Survivor Series back in November. Holy shit, continuity. And kind of everybody called that as soon as it happened. Oh, that was Natalya, because she was the coach at the time. So this is kind of a, you know, a culmination of a what is a long-running feud. And I would imagine that Nikki Bella gets the win here. I don't see why you wouldn't. But again, Mania's kind of up in the air. There was the rumor that you were going to have Nikki and Cena versus Miz and Maurice in a mixed tag match at Mania. That there's been no indication that that's going to be what the case is, because originally everyone assumed, oh, it's going to be Cena and Joe, but then Joe went to Raw. So now, what is Cena doing at Mania? That seems to be the most logical conclusion, but realistically, it could be a lot of things at Mania. I feel like there's not a lot set in stone right now, and we have weeks and weeks and weeks here, so a lot of shit could change at any given time. So right now, I'm going to say Nikki wins, even though they did that injury thing, or that thing on Talking Smack this past week that looked pretty brutal. But again, they're saying that Nikki might take time off after Mania because of some lingering neck issues, so, you know, give her the win here, give her the win at Mania, and then let her take some time off or retire or whatever it is that she feels like doing. Anyway, we move on to a singles match between Randy Orton and Luke Harper. And I think Luke Harper is incredibly talented, but why in God's name would you give Luke Harper a win here when Randy Orton is the one who won the Rumble and is going to WrestleMania? This one, more than anything else on this show, seems like a foregone conclusion that it will be the Viper, Randy Orton. As much as I think Luke Harper is very talented and deserves a better spot. And did Baron Corbin just hop out to the figure four? I couldn't really see that well, but okay, sure, Miz. Tapped out Baron Corbin. What the fuck? And then there goes, oh, it's John Cena and The Miz are your final two. Hey, WrestleMania rematch, folks. Yeah, so Randy Orton all day. Like, I don't see any conceivable reason to have this be Luke Harper. Now, you could have Bray Wyatt interfere. That's the only way. If Bray Wyatt interferes somehow, and then it gets screwy, where he somehow costs Randy Orton this match against Luke Harper. That is literally the only way. If it is just a regular one-on-one match with no outside interference, it is Randy Orton all damn day. Alright, so your third women's match is your women's champion, Alexa Bliss, versus Naomi, who wants you to feel the glow. And the thing is, I don't really understand what direction right now they're going to take this women's title on SmackDown for what happened here. Cena taking a nap and Miz not really caring. Did the game break once again? Maybe. Just maybe. There it goes. That was weird. They both just decided they needed a fucking break. I guess shit's hard. Yeah, so Alexa Bliss and Naomi. I'm not really sure if Alexa retains here, only because I'm not sure what the plan is going into WrestleMania. Like, is it going to be another 6 women's deal at Mania? Is there going to have a one-on-one feud? Can you drop the belt here and then make a case for, you know, Naomi versus somebody at Mania? I don't necessarily see that happening. But again, that belt could change hands on SmackDown between now and then. You never know what the deal is going to be. So I think Alexa Bliss retains here, only because I don't know what direction that's going to go in for WrestleMania. And that leaves us with this match, which is your Elimination Chamber World Heavyweight title. John Cena, AJ Styles, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, The Miz, and Baron Corbin, the Lone Wolf. So, as I discussed in my Royal Rumble predictions, the smart money at the time from the dirt sheet said Randy Orton won the Rumble. That was in my predictions. Go back and watch it. It's clear as day, right? And the reasoning was that Bray Wyatt would win this match, and then Bray Wyatt, as the champion, goes on to fight Randy Orton, the Rumble winner, at WrestleMania. Because you sure as shit don't want John Cena and Randy Orton for the 8,000th time. Seriously. So, John Cena moonwalking there. What the hell's going on? So, I think there's very little chance that John Cena walks out of the chamber as the champion. I think if the Rumble prediction for Randy Orton was correct, then I think they will follow through. Even though everyone at this point expects it, they will follow through with Bray Wyatt as world champion. And considering what he's done and who he's feuded with and whatever else in the past 3 years, giving him a title finally makes a lot of sense. I don't really count the tag titles, but whatever. Yes, those were defended on Freebird rules, and The Miz just won here. What? That is unrealistic. How in the hell did The Miz pull it off? The Miz is not going into WrestleMania as the world champion. No. Anyway, yeah, so if smart money is Bray Wyatt, I'm going to keep going with that prediction of Bray Wyatt as your winner for the Chamber. And then Bray goes on to fight Randy Orton at, like, you know, the 3rd or 4th match from the top at WrestleMania, because obviously you got Goldberg and Lesnar for the Universal, most likely, as your main event, and then obviously Taker and Roman Reigns, and then maybe that match or something below that. I don't know. That might get booked before Big Show and Shaq. You don't know. In any event, that's not going to happen at Elimination Chamber. I seriously doubt they would go that direction. It would be shocking. Like, Baron Corbin would be shocking. But I think usually when Vince has an idea, and Vince says, okay, this is our card for this show, even if it leaks out, for the most part, they follow through on what they think the best idea for that card will be. So again, Bray Wyatt wins the belt, and that is the Chamber show on this Sunday. So let me know who you think is going to win, what's going to happen. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day, and I'll see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.